Arizona court rules the Mormon Church can conceal crimes. That's the ruling. The Arizona court ruling made April 7th allows the Church of Latter-day Saints to hide child abuse from the public as long as it's disclosed in a spiritual confession. Wow. That ruling allows Mormon church officials to refuse to turn over documentation or answer any questions regarding the crime. Although the state Supreme Court made its decision earlier this month, the ruling was not made public until Tuesday, April 12th. Where's the transparency? The ruling was made after a lawsuit began following a 2010 child abuse case against a man named Paul Douglas Adams, right there. Adams told the Latter-day Saints bishop in 2011 that he was abusing his 5-year-old daughter. Stories said the bishop did not report the abuse to authorities and that Adams continued to abuse the girl for 7 more years, then began to sexually abuse her newborn sister. And then the bishop asked Adams to report the abuse to police, but Adams refused and declined to give Herod permission to make the report himself after his confidential confession. According to the church's statement, Herod also asked Adams' wife, Laiza, to report. She refused and later served a prison sentence for failure to report sexual abuse. Adams was caught after continued abuse without any intervention from the church. Adams died by suicide in jail after he was arrested for child pornography, for filming and distributing sexual acts with the girls. Now, Arizona judges have made their decision. Lawyers representing Adams' children took the case to the Arizona Supreme Court, which ended up siding with the church. The attorneys intend to file a motion asking the court to reconsider its ruling. Wow. This has not been the first case of the church turning a blind eye to cases of child abuse and will not be the last under current legislation. Here are Herman Law statistics regarding child abuse by clergy members. And there you see it. The stats show child abuse allegations were made against 4,392 priests, totaling 4% of all Catholic priests. 22% of victims were 10 or under. 80% of victims were male. Only 2% of the accused priest went to prison. You got all these prisons, but you don't want to put the child abusers in them. You go first, Bennie.
Yeah, I mean, like, did I hear that number right? 4%? Was it?
Yes.
It was 4% of priests? That's like 1 out of every 20, right? Like, and like the fact that, like, you know, the church didn't have to like bring in a lawsuit to say like, hey, I want to be very clear, we don't have to report this, right? Like, I mean, this is what's so disgusting, especially like, and it's hard not to like listen to this as a trans person where people are actively trying to pretend like trans people are some sort of threat to children when you literally have an entire institution that is out trying to protect themselves from like just reporting, right? Known instances of not just like physical abuse, but literal sexual abuse of children. Like, are you kidding me? This is so disgusting. Like, fundamentally, there's something deeply, deeply wrong with our society. And like, honestly, like, look, if your religion is asking you to cover up, the sexual abuse of a literal child, what are you doing? Literally, what are you doing? Like, there are plenty of Christians out there that don't actually feel the need to cover up child sexual abuse. Believe it or not. I know this is such a wild concept. And so it's just fundamentally disgusting, not only that there's large religious institutions that are willing to do these cover-ups, but it is even more disgusting that our legal system gives legitimacy to those people in some of the same states, in some of the same exact states where they're trying to criminalize the existence of transgender people just for existing, right? And just everything about this story is absolutely infuriating and disgusting. And it speaks to the extreme shamelessness of the Republican Party. And honestly, like, why are more Democrats not actively pushing against this? I get it. You might offend some percent of like religious people, but why? Do you care about offending those people? I personally don't care about offending people if they think it's so important that people cover up child sexual assault. Like, I don't care about offending them.
Some things are just black and white, okay? It is either you're abusing children and covering it up, or you believe that they should be cherished and protected. Which is it? Because once I get my answer, if it looks anything like the story we just reported, not my church. I don't even know if you should be classified. What is the definition of religion and what's it there for? It's sick. You're right. Disgusting, Bennie.